What's good, guys? This is Carlos, the Colombian guy. Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. And today, guys, I would like to bring you the updates and a little bit of information about Medellín, Colombia, fellas, because two foreigners were found in two different hotels in Medellín, Colombia, fellas. At this death related to sexual tourism, those people lose their lives, over a girl, or they were getting dropped, scuffed, all of that. We don't know, fella. So stay with me in the video and you won't lose any details, fella, any details about all this history that I'm gonna bring to y'all, and then of course, I'm gonna read this history, and of course also after, I will give my advice, I will give my opinion about what I think about all this history, fellas. So let me read the history to you guys so my intro won't take so long. So two new foreigners from there in two hotels in Medellin. The first one was a European citizen, and another one was Peruvian. So those deaths are being investigated by the authorities. In less than 3 days, police and authorities found two new foreign citizens dead in hotel rooms in Medellin in the events that are subject of investigation. The first discovery occurred during the day last Friday, March 15, in the vicinity of 47th Street and 45th Street in the Barrio Colón neighborhood, Colón, where the authorities went to carry out the survey in a room located in second floor. On the second floor, the victim was identified as Emilio Paz Liezanardo, 77 years old man from Liechtenstein. According to him, the victim would have arrived at the hotel the night before at 7 p.m., swaggering with a swollen feet, and then be found dead the next day. I told authorities indicate that the causes of the deaths are not clear and the homicide has not been ruled out. It was learning that the body was found without signs of violence. So apparently, this person, died naturally, but they just wanna, investigate, make sure that that was the cause of his death, all of that, because what's up in Medellin, a lot of people getting set up, getting robbed, by all this woman, all of that. So, they want to make sure he's not part of that list. So, the second discovery occurred this Sunday in the Naranjal neighborhood in a hotel establishment located near to the Carrera 68 and Street 47. In this second case, the first testimony indicated that the victim who had to enter his room around 4 a.m. in the morning in a state of intoxication, and during the morning he would have woken out with drool in his mouth and lifeless. The body of this last victim, whose name has been not reported, his name haven't been revealed yet, is also analyzed by forensic agency. With the death of this foreigner, there is now at least 16 foreigners who have died in Medellin and in this metropolitan area, and so far this year metropolitan area. So far this year, by different circumstances. One of the most recent cases, which occurred at the beginning also of the month, was also recorded in the center of Medellin when the authorities had to break up into apartment located in the Bombona area after the neighbors noticed that the strong smell was coming out from the apartment and there was a corpse in the process of the decomposition. After forcing the locks and searching the house, the lifeless body of a U.S. citizen identified as a Hood Whitney Horton, 74 years old, who was resident in that apartment since 2019, was lying on the bed. Despite not having any sense of violence, the lifeless remains of this last victim were also then transferred to the forensic medicine to facilitate the verify if the cause of his death were natural or if that was a homicide. So a result of this way had deceased forensic, the mayor office of Medellin, the prosecutor office, and the public force launched a plan that beginning of this month that to seek strengthen investigating capabilities to clarify the case, and this process reinforce the channels of care of foreign tourists in Medellin. At that time, when only 11 cases were recorded in Medellin, the mayor Federico Gutierrez point out that in the month of the case, the foreign citizen had died natural causes. Three had made attempts on their life, and another 3 were still in process of investigation. Given that no scenes of physical violence have been found, among the most important strategies announced that the activation of the 911 emergency line, 911 emergency line by bilingual 123 officials. 123 officials, and articulation with the mobile phone applications most used by tourists who visit the city, so that they don't have to engage in activities that they can expose their life, especially when they arrange meetings on dating platform. Also, with the platforms, there will be a collaboration with the police and the prosecutor office to quickly investigate facts that led us to determine that there are people who could be using this platform to harm other people who are looking for company or day. That's what the mayor say, fellas. So you already heard that. Don't be saying like, these guys, are like Pastor Bros, all of these from America, all of that. One of the guys, he's from Europe, and the other one is Peruvian, and they hasn't determined, what was the cause of their death, so far, they haven't confirmed nothing yet, because, like, there might be some people that might be creating stories behind and stuff like that, fellas. Honestly, guys, what I think is like Medellin, I think has a bad luck or something, because even like people like they dying over there like naturally, and people that say creating, like they got robbed over there, they die, they got set over there. That's what they, that's what they got killed, stuff like that. This and that. I don't know what's wrong with Medellin, fellas. I don't know what's wrong with Medellin. It's a lot going on over there. Like, since like when people know like they're gonna die, let me just fly to Medellin so I can die over there and I can be, one of the leads or something. I don't know. This is kind of like very weird, guys. But like I said, the police, they've been investigating, or they've been doing like investigations, all this case, all of that, while they've been doing this, you have to take care of yourself, it's all like maybe using like all these apps, Tinder, Colombian Cupid, where I hear more stories about Tinder. Honestly, fellas, I have more story about Tinder than Colombian Cupid. I think like Colombian Cupid, I think like are people that also, they are looking for something serious. And in Tinder, that you have like all these guys, all of that they the one, getting people set up and all of that, fellas. I hope, they clarify the causes of the deaths, of these foreigners, because, like Medellin trying to clean this reputation and all of that, fellas. And I've been hearing like, things like, Medellin, like they don't care about tourists, they care more about locals, all of this, all of that. Like, if you want me to tell you the truth, like, I think like, of course, they would care more about their citizens than the foreigners, but they know foreigners are very important for them, but I think like they trying to do their best to protect them, but it's easy. It's not an easy war, it's not an easy fight, because like people are struggling in Colombia, they struggling to make money, struggling to get a job, all of that. Like I said, and I've been repeating this many times, fellas, many times. If they see like you are the opportunities for them to fix the problem, they will take advantage of you. Like in Colombia, well, especially where they're from, almost everybody's washing their bag. We always alert. I'm always alert. Everywhere I go, every time I travel, I'm washing my bag all the time, because I don't trust even on my say. I'm always looking back, always like, because I don't trust, I don't trust in a lot of people, all of that. Foreigners should be the same. Like they say, we don't have time for that. Like, If you don't have time for that, you at least need to get time for that, because it's not about, you know, what you want. It's what the city is offering you. So if the city, you know, where you see, like, you know, it's problem with violence, you know, all of that. So you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself, because if you don't do it, like I say, the government is trying to do their best. You know, they care about cities, they care about tourism, you know, and they want tourism, you know, to keep spending money of the, you know, providing jobs, you know, providing opportunities, all of that. But, you know, at some point, I think, like, you know, like, government can do as much as they want, but if you don't take care of yourself, nobody's gonna do it. They can put bodyguards, they can put police in every hotel, they can put, but you the one, if you the one chasing women, you know, you the one like, you know, trying to date, trying to use Tinder, when the government already tell you, don't be using Tinder, be careful with that. So why you gotta keep doing this? You know, like, this is, at some point, I feel like, you know, like they had to cut the responsible. You know, I wish, you know, I don't wish, because I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. I hope, you know, they cut the responsible. But while they cut the responsible, you had to watch you had to watch yourself. You had to take care of yourself, because if it's not, it's game over for you. It's game over. That's it. You can move like a dog on his house and move around, all of that. No, things like that don't work in Colombia. Colombians are nosy. Let me tell you this about Colombians. Colombians are nosy, but they will show you that they nosy. Like, you might say, like, oh, you know, what's that? Like, hey, they've been watching you, and they won't tell you nothing. They've been watching you, like, but watching how you move, all of that, and they never will tell you nothing. In two, you know, you guys got maybe into a situation that they might tell you something, oh, you know, I see, you know, you've been doing this, doing that. So that give them more time. It will give them more time to set you up. It will give them more time to set you up. They will assault you. They will take time. All of that. Next thing you know, oh, they got you set up. Surprise, you know, they got you. So all of that, fella. So while the government is doing this, you gotta watch out yourself, fella. Say, that's all I want to bring to you guys, because I don't feel like, you know, I had to give like more advice about this, because I have been enough. I had gave, you know, enough advice about Medellín, all of that, enough advice about my country. So I don't feel like I should be doing this. You know, I don't want to get, you know, like a boring video, none of that, fellas. You know, that's all I wanted to bring to you guys. I hope you guys like this, like my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, fellas. And if any day, anytime, any moment you guys coming to Cartagena, Colombia, don't forget to hit me up. I own a tour company. We offer tours like Volcano, Palenque, probably Yachts, probably boats, probably like, you know, all of that. I got you. If you need somebody that show you around, if you need somebody that show you, take you to the hotels, you know, take you to this, translate back and forth, you know, I got you with that. Also, you know, you guys can find me on IG like CTG Connection. That's the name of my company, fellas. I would appreciate if you guys follow me over there. I will drop all my PayPal information. If you guys want to show me some love, go ahead, but I'm not begging for money. Let me be clear. Let me remind you guys that, you know, if you're going to send something, just go ahead and do it, you know, also, but I'm not begging for nothing, fellas. I'm going to let you go now, fellas. So see you soon, guys. See you next time. This is Carlos, the Colombian guy, fellas. Boom.